Let's look tonight at Matthew chapter 5, a short passage, verses 43 through 48, and page 1264. Part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, all of the words that he spoke in that message, the only sermon he preached, by the way. He told stories, but this was the only sermon he preached that's recorded in Matthew chapters 5, 6, 7, the Sermon on the Mount. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be the sons of your Father in heaven. He causes the sun to rise on the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. And notice here God's lack of discrimination. He blesses the good and the bad, the righteous and the unrighteous with rain and with sunshine, regardless. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? So he's laying out that very low standard of loving people who will love you in return, loving people who like you, loving people you like. And he said, that's not our Father's standard. That's your standard. And if you greet only your brothers, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. And it's interesting because the word perfect to us, we go, whoa, wait a minute, I can't be perfect as my heavenly Father is perfect. I can't be morally perfect. I'm incapable of that. But notice how Jesus relates being perfect with God's indiscriminate love. And perfect also is the word for mature. That mature people, not the immature, not the ungodly people who love those who love them in return. But mature and maturing people love indiscriminately. Love without categories. Love the people who are different as well as the people who are similar. And so Jesus here is not talking about being morally perfect, but he's talking about loving without discrimination, loving without categories, loving all equally. Now, he might as well be talking about being morally perfect, because that's a pretty high standard, isn't it? And it's a standard that I can't meet unless he enables me. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, not just me.